Have you ever had an experience where you felt a stabbing pain in your head and it came out of absolutely nowhere? What if I told you that was a psychic attack? Stay tuned to the end of this video for a psychic puzzle to practice your intuitive abilities. I'm going to tell you a story that is absolutely phenomenal. And I know I've told it before. And it's not exactly a happy story, but it's a powerful story. Years ago, when I first met my husband, I was in conflict with a colleague and I said the wrong thing. I shouldn't have said it the way I said it. I don't regret what I said, but it was probably the way I said it felt a little cold to her. And she wasn't in a very good space. And it was all very honest and very true, but she wasn't mentally well. And she attacked. She attacked me psychically. And I could feel that she was angry, and I kept trying to resolve it. I certainly learned a lot from my past about the power of my voice and intention and how I need to temper what I say and when I say it and how I say things. But her reaction was to scale inappropriate and just rageful. And she was one of my Reiki master students, so she had energy abilities. And she was angry. And I remember I had just met my husband. I met him in a different country, and we were talking long distance, and there was quite a time zone difference for us. And I was with my children at a store shopping, and all of a sudden he sent me a message, and it was about 12:30 at night in his time zone. And I said, "Hi, what's up?" And he said, "I just woke up feeling complete rage and anger, like I want to kick something." And it came out of nowhere. And I said, "Oh my gosh, cut the cords with me." We had just met, but he knew what I was talking about. And I said, I'm sorry. Somebody's really mad at me. And so he cut the cords, which to me felt like a punch in my stomach because we were soulmates and already attached. This was like 2 weeks after we met. It was amazing how quickly we connected. And so when he would cut the cords, I would feel it, but then he immediately felt peaceful. This was extraordinary to me for a few reasons. First of all, and I could talk about this in another video, I definitely knew he was my soulmate. I mean, I knew there was something about this person because I couldn't get him out of my head. But second of all, that when I was attacked, he felt it. And I talk about this in my higher level trainings, but there is no insignificant thought. Every casual thought you have has meaning. So those daydream thoughts matter. And if you randomly think of a person, or if you wonder if they're mad or thinking about you, they probably are. But when people are angry, there's a whole process where we have good guys and we have some not so good guys, okay? And we have them at our disposal all the time, and we all have them. Every one of us human beings has good guys and bad guys. It's just what it is. And we have this freedom of choice, and we can be angry. And when we get angry, these darker energies, I'll call them dark forces, like it when we're angry because we make energy for them. And they kind of feed on that energy. That's the vibration that they resonate. So when we make that energy, they want to be around us because that's the vibration that they are already. So when you're angry, you generate this energy and you throw like a dagger at another person. And it feels like a stab or a drain or sickness or crabbiness or body aches. Those are just some examples. And if you are on the other end of that and you get angry, you throw a volley back to them of dark energy. And then this energy goes on back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until both people are completely drained. That's how the dark forces work. So it's really important to not let yourself get angry, especially if you know the arts of energy, because you pack a greater wallop. Now it's your choice, it's your life, but I assure you karma is very real. Karma is the decisions that we make to experience the other end of the frequencies that we bestow upon people. So if you're intending to harm other people, your soul is going to say, I want to experience the other end of that for balance. So you're essentially shooting yourself in the foot. So try not to do that. Now, I know we all have anger, and when you have those dark forces around you, they want to make you angry. I have a whole beautiful energy hygiene regimen. I will attach the link at the end of this video to help cleanse your energy, to eliminate anger, guilt, shame, pain, all of that. But it's very, very real when you have these feelings. So when you experience a psychic attack, you might feel nauseous, you might feel pain. I remember I found out later it's called a stomach migraine. It's terrible. You start vomiting really bad and it's horrible pain. I did a podcast and it was the wrong audience. And she was really, really angry with me. And I remember I was throwing up and I was like, what is this energetically? And I heard the word podcast. And so the next morning I emailed her and said, I was sick all night. Are you upset with me? And she was very angry that we didn't talk about what she wanted to talk about. So, and it was the wrong audience for me. It was a good sign, a good message for me not to to stay in my lane. My lane with that, ironically, was having to eliminate bottom feeders, people that are energetically draining. And the audience was people that like to rescue. So that probably wasn't the best mix. So I was psychically attacked. Did she know she was psychically attacking me? No. She didn't know that she was, she wasn't malevolently thinking, I hope she throws up all night. But she was annoyed and angry with me. And I made up. I apologized to her and we made good, best we could. And I never worked with her again. But there was a repercussion and I felt that. So to me, I could be angry about that. But to me, I kind of went, wow, it's amazing to me the evidence that I've collected over the years. You're never just sick. You're never just hurt. You never just have a body pain. All of that means something. There's energy going on. The energy could be going on globally. The energy could be going on in your neighborhood. The energy could be going on most likely with somebody that you're attached to. If somebody that you're attached to is sick or dying, that is very, very draining. If somebody that you're attached to is very angry, that is very, very draining. If somebody that you're attached to or near you is annoyed, you might feel crabby. So all these things are really, 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 really real. And then by proxy, people that you are attached to, that other people are attached to, affect them. That's why some people feel better during certain times and not. The energies that they're exposed to. Or maybe you know somebody, or maybe a good example, maybe your spouse goes to work and when they first come home, you kind of have a repel to them. And it's because they're marinating in the energies of the people that they're around. So energy affects energy. But as far as psychic attacks, if you're having this, I do have skills to teach you to be able to deflect this. This is not something I can teach you completely in a YouTube video, but I can give you validation that it's real if you're feeling it. And if you're fighting with somebody, it's draining your energy. A good way to figure this out is if you wake up in the middle of the night, you might feel a sense of peace towards that person if they're sleeping. On the contrary, if you wake up in the middle of the night and instantly feel angry, I guarantee you they are awake raging at you. So I'm hoping that some of this gives you insight and validation and maybe piques your interest a little bit in the psychic arts and gives you the awareness that you can do something about this. I do teach skills on how to deflect, how to bubble up, how to blow up the dark forces so they stop making you angry. And the truth is that if somebody realizes you're not going to participate, they stop. They calm down. It's the engaging of the fighting back and forth that gets somebody fired up. But if you're just in a complete sense of zen and peace, they'll stop. And there's other ways. When you get into forgiveness vibration, they get into forgiveness vibration. So you very much are in control of everything that's around you. I do hope that you consider an energy hygiene regimen and know that you don't have to suffer with psychic attacks if you're feeling it. It's psychic puzzle time. At the end of every one of my videos, I offer an opportunity for you to practice your psychic abilities. So to do this, we use Reiki as we do with every one of my trainings and teachings. So we're going to imagine and feel the Reiki energy come in the top of our head and travel down our body, all the way down our feet, all the way down to the core of the earth. And then from the core of the earth back up, through our body, and back up out the top of our head like a fountain, and then out our right hand and in our left. And then I want you to focus on a happy, protective bubble of light. So I want you to see and feel and sense a bubble of light. You can give it a color if you want. And I want it just surround you in joy, pure bliss, joy. Think of something that felt good from your past and just use it to infuse this happy space. And then when the puzzle comes up, feel free to press the pause button and take as long as you need. But when you have your answer, go with your very first guess. Good luck. How did you do? Did you know you were going to get it right, or were you uncertain? If you guessed correctly, let me know in the comments. If you didn't guess correctly, don't beat yourself up because it's not about getting it right. It's about learning to listen to your intuitive voice. This takes time and practice. If you're curious, my online courses, meditations, and live classes teach clear and practical ways to develop this skill. For more information, click on the links below.